So how did you get along with Maurice White, and how did everyone get along? Because all these geniuses in a room, all probably strong personalities coming from their own world. So you and Philip had, worked together a little bit, and everyone worked with each other somewhat. But how did that go?
Well,
Because
like,
I know
like I
with
said, it was phenomenal because when we opened for them,
yes,
we already knew their material. I mean, because we hadn't played it, but maybe one song, "Fan the Fire," but we knew who they were, and we loved it, the kalimba and the whole deal. And so uh, when we started working together, it was. I tell people, because Maurice, is very much into astrology. Me, not so much, but I could walk up to you and go, "Oh, you're a Libra," and they go, "How do you know?" I don't know. But I know how I didn't like it because somebody goes, "Oh, you're a Gemini, so you and I we're not going to get along." I said, "You're right. But it's not because I'm a Gemini. It's because you have one of those IQs in the high single digits." But we had a lot of respect and reverence for Maurice, you know, and Bradine, and Maurice. But I tell people, Maurice being a great drummer from Ramsey Lewis Trio, that was his thing. And him and I were born 6 months apart to the day. Me, Juneteenth. For those of you who don't know, Juneteenth is the celebrated black holiday for the emancipation. So June 19th and Maurice, December 19th. Not to the year, but to the day. And him being a great drummer with such a great sense of rhythm, and he was raised in the Baptist church and stuff. And then me being a keyboard player and organ and piano and different stuff, classical roots, jazz roots, R&B. We just wrote some great stuff together. I told people the story when he called me that we were going to be doing the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And he was so funny. He said, "Man, we're going to be in this movie, it's all Beatle material." And so I chose "Got to Get You in My Life." So he says, "Meet me down in the conference room." So we went down, and they had a little older piano, and they had a turntable. Anybody know what that is anymore? A turntable with the red Capitol Records 45.
oh, love it.
So we learned it,
Yes.
5 minutes, right alone. And then Maurice said, "Okay, we got it." So he goes, "Hey, man, I want to do one of those crazy intros like me." And he comes up with that drum stuff. "Give me something crazy like bop, 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 bop." And I was so blessed. I was able to study a few years with Walter Bishop Jr., who lived in an apartment right across the street from the Whiskey A Go-Go. And I would go up there and stay with him when I was 18, 19, the 12-tone technique. So right away, he gave me that rhythm, and I just hit it. I said, and then he wanted to shuffle.
Yes.
About 20 minutes later, we were done. We finished the gig that night, flew to Colorado, and cut it the next day.
That's impressive. That's how your writing sessions went, at least with this one?
That way, there's always different ways. Like "Be Ever Wonderful." Had been out the night before, just went to a couple of clubs and whatever, and got in pretty late. Everybody goes to Fatburger.
Yes.
Got in late, and then I was watching TV, so I didn't really go to sleep. And then it was really raining, and I said, "Let me work." I went to the studio, and Maurice would always sing this at the sound check. "Be ever wonderful." And so I just went in the studio. I had a little 8-track studio, and I turned it up, and the whole thing. By noon, I called him cassette then, or the 8-track. I played it for him. He said, "Great." Gave him the cassette. He wrote the lyrics, the melody, and that was done.